Hello everyone, welcome back to our talk show. Well, last time we learned how health is really important for our spiritual life also by Dr. Nana Sahib, who taught us something about Ayurveda. And today we have a very unique personality in our studio. He's a person who did engineering from Pune University, then joined companies like Oracle and Titan, and left his lucrative job of around $12,000 to join the spiritual path. Indeed, a very rare personality to have. We have with us Das Gadadhar Das in our studio. So first of all, to start with, you left such a lucrative job to actually join a spiritual path, and today you are a monk. Well, that's not something which everybody does. So how did you get inspired to do this?
Well, if you see, it is not only me, there are many engineers who change their field. There is a reason.
Okay.
There is a reason when they identify that this is the field that will really allow them to work whole life.
Okay.
And really give them inner joy. And that is why they work in that field.
Okay.
So when I was in my childhood also, I always had some kind of problem with hypocrite people.
Okay.
In the sense, when I used to meet people, I felt that there's something he's lying. And that's something he wants to tell me.
Okay.
But it is only when I came to meet with devotees
Okay.
of ISKCON and devotees of followers of Prabhupada, I felt they are genuinely speaking the truth.
Okay.
And they are trying to convey the timeless message of Bhagavad Gita in a very straightforward manner.
Okay.
And that really touched me.
Mm-hmm.
And it is not that I don't want money or I was not behind money. That's why I chose engineering. I thought I'll become a big millionaire. But you know what happened was, as gradually I came into this field, I realized that it is many millions of people like me are waiting for this truth.
Okay.
So I felt, why not prepare myself, train myself into this thing. So I completed my engineering. I completed my family responsibilities. I almost took 5 years for my family. I made sure that everybody is settled. And then obviously this world, nobody can be settled permanently. But then yes, to the best of my capabilities, I did it. And then I basically joined the temple for preaching.
So, just to understand better, you were spiritually inclined from your childhood, or did in your youth this spiritual inclination developed in you? How did you develop this spiritual inclination in your life?
Actually, what I remember are the 2-3 phases of my life where I became too introvert. My mother recalls one thing. When I joined the temple, she said that actually when you were 1.5 months in my womb, we had taken you to Juhu, Rasbihari temple.
Okay.
So probably Rasbihari has blessed you. That's what my mother's version is.
Okay.
And that I don't know because she says it. And then when I grew up, till when I was 6 days old, my mother recalls that I remember the activities that happened 6 days old. The small kid is taken into water and she is given to one lady, and that lady is gifted some sari or something like that. You know, like that kind of procedure is done in her caste which I was born. So I told my mother that this happened. She said, how you know? He was only 6 days. So my mother also became alarmed that this person is thoughtful. And then when I actually, till 5th standard, I don't know what the age you can say, but till 5th standard, at my home we used to eat meat and all. And although we belong to a very good family and good lineage, I somehow felt very guilty eating meat. But still, because it was there in the family, we ate. One day my father took me to the butcher shop.
Okay.
And when he took me to the butcher shop, I saw that goat was being killed and it was crying. So I started crying.
Okay.
And looking at that, my father was very sensitive. He always made sure that, we don't learn bad things. So he understood that probably this will have a wrong impact on my son. So my father took a very good step. And that is where actually everything changed. He put me into a small children's group where they used to teach spirituality. It is called Swadhyay Parivar by Pandurang Shastri Athavale. Very nice group. They trained me in a way that I never was feeling like going into any environment where we smoke or drink. It was a very good, peaceful atmosphere. I learned many things there. That was only till 10th standard.
Okay.
So I scored very good. I was very good in maths and science. So when I scored good, so I opted to go to Pune for my higher education. So 11th, 12th I did in Garware College in Pune. So when I was studying there was nothing, neither spirituality, neither only one goal, engineering. As in that time there was no entrance exam. we had physics, chemistry, and maths total divided by 3, and that was your score.
Yeah.
So I scored 93 PCM there,
Oh.
and I got engineering. So when I got engineering, I was satisfied with whatever college I got in my first round. Otherwise, I would have got better college. But Srinagar College is a very nice college. I got there, and there actually was the second phase of turn.
Okay.
Second phase of turn was first 6 months. That is the first semester. I scored first class, just like that. It was so easy.
Okay.
And there was all kind of nonsense that I did in my life in my college days. So say I continued here, but I never knew that I'll be meeting devotees.
Okay.
And my room partner, he said, I used to read those shlokas which I learned in my childhood. I used to every day morning recite them. So my room partner, he was a businessman's son. So he said, why are you doing this thing? Engineering, you learn 50,000. You do one thing, you wear kind of, Hindu clothes, and you do all this in the West. You learn a lot of money. I said, no, this is not possible. Nowadays, Hinduism is not appreciated. He said, no. There was one Indian Swami who went to the West and he has built temples all over the world. So I did not know he's speaking about Prabhupada.
Oh.
And he did not know the name.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, he's lying or something like that. But I was not serious. And that very evening, I found 2 senior of our college come to my room and they said, well, we have this program on Bhagavad Gita and it costs 30 rupees. So I became angry because I came from a background where I was never charged for spiritual knowledge.
Of course.
And I said, how come you're charging? Means you are foolish people. Either you are cheating the society by taking money. He said, no, this is for the feast. And in hostel days, we are very, conjuice. We don't want to spend money. So I said, no, I'll not give money. I'll not eat your feast because I already eat in the mess. He says, okay, you do one thing, you come for the class. And if you like, you take the feast. If you don't pay money, come from my side. I said, this is a good idea, free thing. So I went there. I did not know that will change my life.
Okay.
I met a senior professor. He was VIT Krishna Kishore, his name is. He's HOD of VIT College in Pune in computer department. So I thought he's from my same department. So he was speaking very nice English. He was explaining how God exists.
Okay.
And I was feeling so ashamed that how dare I spoke so harshly to their volunteers. I was feeling so guilty. So I was not, after the lecture, I did not take any food and I was going. Immediately they stopped, don't do like this, you please have. So I sat, and first time I ate 12 to 18 gulab jamuns, I remember. And I ate and my friend was saying, hey, we have paid the money, you take, you don't worry. And I was like, yes, we have paid the money, we'll take. And I didn't know, the more you take, the more you will have spiritual energy. And one thing which was going on in background, I felt as if I have heard this before.
Okay.
And it was Prabhupada's dhun. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Like that. And then I was feeling as if I've heard this before. I don't know why. Even now I don't have the answer why. But I felt as if somebody is calling me.
Okay.
So then I felt as if this is my home. But there was no answer because it was the first time and you don't go to a stranger like that. So I paid my money. I gave 30 rupees. I said, what is the cost of next session? He said, no. 6 sessions in 30 rupees. I said, 5 rupee plate. Why did not you tell me before? I not only came alone. Next time I brought many of my friends. So, and that was the change in my life. And once I got in touch with devotees, in the 6th session, the president of our temple had come, Radhesham Prabhu, who is he's an IIT gold medalist from Powai. Very nice personality. I fell at his feet at the end of the session. I said, I want to join.
Okay.
He says, no, you are an engineer. So you should complete your engineering, complete your family responsibilities, take permission from your family, and then you should join the temple. So then I realized, yes, they are not escapist. They are not a bunch of people who are lying the society. Surely my parents will not like my idea initially. But when they see that my son is doing something really worth it, they will appreciate. But before that, I should complete my responsibilities. So we did our engineering, I did my job. And then gradually we were also parallelly undergoing training, learning scriptures. And it is not only learning scriptures, it is more or less training yourself to do anything required.
Okay.
We have washed pots, we have washed vessels, we have cleaned the temple, we have cleaned the drainage system.
Okay.
Yeah, we have done anything. Tomorrow, even if you climb a ladder and you go above and you do something big, you'll always have your foot below. You know that this is what I come from. So a training was very well packed and we learned scriptures, we learned many things. We were so happy. We distributed books on the stations, on the bus stand. It was so joy. The joy I did not get even after getting 100 out of 100 in the mathematics. That joy I got when somebody took one book. And I was so happy. Now many times I've lost many of my money just to sponsoring books. No, you take. I'll pay the money. That was when I was doing job. When I lost after when I left the job, I did not do that because we didn't have money to pay. So that is how we came, and gradually I came to the temple, and then I decided I'll join. That was the right time. It was when India won the World Cup. You remember? It was 2 April 2011, and 12 April was Ram Navami. So I thought that was a very auspicious day. So I went to the temple in the morning. I joined. I shaved my head, and from that day on, I almost they trained me as a traveling preacher. From Pune, then I was in Mumbai. Again, I came to Pune. Then I was in Vrindavan for deeper studies of scriptures. And fortunately, I was one of the most studious. And the teacher liked me. She said, "You really study well." And then after that, I was shifted to Varanasi. Now I'm positioned in Ranchi as the temple manager kind of thing, and I preach there in entire Jharkhand state. So we are going in remote areas also. We don't have any kind of differentiation or discrimination. We go to people from layman to top notch. We go to everybody, and we try to spread the message from core of our heart, and that is what we are having the satisfaction with.
Amazing. That's really amazing. Well, that brings me to a point which he said initially, that one phase of his life was also there where his parents actually took the initiative to take him to the spiritual group in his childhood, which eventually led to the start of his spiritual journey. So it's really important for parents and the people who are responsible for their child to actually give a spiritual environment to their child at a very initial stage, and that's how I think that was the root of what is happening today. Well, after you joined, I appreciate that fact that you said that you settled your family and then went towards the spiritual path. When you joined, you never felt like this, that you were missing something from material point of view, or you never think that you have done a mistake joining, or you didn't think that, okay, I should go back or enjoy something? Was there any such phase wherein you thought yourself that you have done a mistake, or you're not enjoying, or there's something more to life? Did you ever feel like that?
Well, when I started earning money, so there was a calculative ideology that I had. I'll calculate how I project myself.
Okay.
But as I saw, our calculations don't work. Okay, the expenditures and the things that you calculate is not what the Lord has calculated for you.
That's amazing. That's really amazing.
So it is not an easy thing. And apart from that, one thing I had in my life's background which helped me renounce things very immediately. One thing I had in life was, from my school days also, I was not very much attached to my home. Okay, I have one sister. My father and mother. We were like a nuclear family, and like simple. My father is very simple. But I used to wake up in the morning, help my mother in a little bit, and then go to play with my friends. Come back, prepare myself, go to school, play with my friends. Come back again, go to play, and then come back at night to take dinner and sleep. So it was like my mother now also she says, anyways, that time you are not at home. Now you are not at home. But she says, at least my request to show your face regularly. So I said, okay. So then this helped me. Another thing is the friends that I had in my childhood. Really, I'm very grateful to them. They taught me certain lessons which I always loved. One of my seniors, we were playing cricket. So whether he wins or he loses, even if he wins, so we used to have that, kind of, if in Maharashtra there is a vada pav, so in childhood we used to have that small matches. One thing I learned, although it was a small thing, I learned a big lesson. Whenever he'll win, he'll put the vada pav in between, all of us will catch, every player will catch, even the winning team and the losing team. They'll catch together and everyone has to snatch some small part and eat it. I thought he's not a selfish guy. From that person and my friends, we used to share things. So I learned that when you unite with people, that united heart makes things more better. So I always had this thing that whenever I had money also, I earned a lot of money. But you will not believe, although I had such big package, my highest amount in my balance was 1,20,000. Which generally, general people have 35 lakhs, they save. I never had, because this month I take a trip of 50,000 to somebody, South India. Next month somebody has marriage, I give 25,000. So my parents said, my dear son, give us, we will save it for you in future. I said no, because I have anyways, whatever I feel, I'll give you whatever I feel, I'll finish it off, because I don't want to keep anything behind, because I don't want any other shelter than the Lord now.
Okay.
I have faith in the Lord. Somebody told me, oh my God, you have not earned anything, you don't have anything in background. So recently I procured a land which is worth 30 crores in the heart of a city in one of the towns, and I bargained it to just 50 lakhs.
Okay.
So can you imagine, even a software, even big businessman, MBAs can't do this.
Okay.
So I'm not saying I'm an MBA, but I could easily do it because I had faith in the Lord.
And how did you get that 50 lakhs to pay to the...
That is how I got another guy to come in and give me 50 lakhs.
Okay.
So
Donations.
I got 50 lakhs also. I got the land also. And over and above, by the help of people, I will try to build a temple, a hospital, and a community. I am preparing to build an Annakshetra where 1 o'clock there will be a bell which will be rung. Anybody in the 10-kilometer radius will come and have free meal.
Oh, that's
So
really amazing.
We are working on it, and yeah, it will come up by a year or so. And we are
That's
trying
really
to
amazing.
open a school in Ranchi, which will be free education. And not only CBSE syllabus, we'll be training them into many other things which normal schools don't do.
That's really amazing. I mean, that's really surprising to know how, in spite of earning so much, the tendency to give was so dominant in his life that it actually inspired him to give more to people. And today also he's giving more and more to people. That's really amazing. That's really
I
commendable.
just wanted to add, I never have lock to my locker, even today.
Okay.
And I have two small accounts for my transactions in between. And the PIN number is known to everybody, right from my driver to my assistant to everybody. And
That's really an ideal example of how a person does not have attachment to what he has in his life and uses everything for the service of people around. And this is really commendable by what we see over here. Well, coming to my next question, you are in this movement and you're preaching from a very long time. Probably it's been 15 years that you're in this movement. And I have heard that you preach a lot to the youth. So what do you see the difference between the youth at your time, at your generation and today? Because you meet youth all around the India. What do you see the main problem is today in the youth, which is actually not, giving them the strength to come up, even spiritually and even materially? Because it's a well-known phenomena in our country that there is a scarcity of skills. There is a scarcity of skills in companies. There is a scarcity of everything. There is scarcity of character. I mean, recently there are many events in this in our country which tells us that many youth are lacking character also. So what do you have to say about that? What is the difference between the mindset of the youth at your time, and what do you think the challenges are being faced today, and why? Because you must be the right person to answer that.
well, even before, you can say in my 15 years, the first 5 years, I remember when I used to meet youths, their questions were very grave.
Okay.
And they used to talk to the point, and they didn't, when you said death, they agreed, yeah. Nowadays, when you say death, it is like, no, please don't talk about death. We don't want to hear.
Okay.
So I'll tell you, because in my first 5 years, I have preached more than 10 colleges.
Okay.
We opened centers in 10 colleges in Pune. Even in Kanpur and many places we preached and we opened centers. So it was very easy. You go to the hostels, you talk to the boys, they come, you meet them, you explain them the science, and then they really agree.
Okay.
The reason is there was a family background for them also.
Okay.
So they had respect towards sadhus.
Okay.
Now it is a bit problem, because they don't watch anything good for the sadhus. They have wrong ideology about the sadhu, and then their wrong ideology about religion itself, because there are a lot of wars going on in the name of religion. So what they feel is, okay, forget religion, talk something different.
Okay.
So now that is why I have taken this humorous part of my seminar. So many times many of my friends say, how come you have taken this kind of stance? You are very grave and you used to give very heavy classes. Now you speak very humorously, you joke. What to talk? Recently I gave a seminar in Rotary in Raipur. I was myself astonished. It took me more than 20-25 minutes to just settle down the selfies.
Okay.
And half of the selfies are with females. So I was also thinking, should I give selfie or not give selfie? Then I thought, already there is a lot of misunderstanding. You just stand there, I folded my hands and everybody stood, and as they wanted to stood, they took their selfies. Because the generation has been trained by the media or the television or the channels. So they have got a new concept of life. Okay. Now earlier we used to wear simple pant and shirt and walk in society.
Okay.
And we were considered, oh look, he's very simple. Nowadays if you are simple, you are considered outcast.
Okay.
So then they try to fit themselves, their dress code changes, their talking style changes. So then now it is very difficult to address this society with an old pattern.
Okay.
So we come with this pattern where we also get updated with their ideology.
So do you mean that you are updating spirituality, the concepts of spirituality with the time, but that defies, from my point of view and from a general point of view, don't you think that defies the eternal existence of spirituality, and you are changing the way it's getting delivered? Don't you think it's getting disturbed?
No, the reason is it depends on the audience.
Okay.
So now we have segregated audience of like village who are old traditional thing and the current generation. So we give them katha. Okay. In the katha we talk
stories.
So we
Stories.
go through Puranas and stories through historical things. Then they like it. We have bhajans and all. For youths we have rock music
Okay.
along with philosophical insights. So try to understand Vedas have one very good thing in them.
Okay.
The backbone remains the same. Your flesh may change as you want.
Okay.
Like on this you can wear a coat.
Mhm.
On that coat you can wear whatever you want.
Okay.
And as you want you can remove the coat.
Correct.
But you still exist.
Correct.
So philosophy is something, the structure of philosophy is something that the important thing is you should carry over the concept after
Okay.
my class. Now he takes it seriously.
Mhm.
If he wants to hear a serious dose and take the concept, that is his choice.
Okay.
He wants to be like cool, come on, be relaxed and speak something that I can take.
Mm-hmm.
So then I have taken this thing. Okay, give a concept and make a fluffy joke and all, where he entertains himself, and then he gets this medicine. Like these doctors, how the nurses they give injection. They say, "Oh, when is your school?" And like, so this is the style I've adopted. You laugh, and then you say, "Hey, look, if you do this, you'll go to hell." You say, "Yeah, really, I'll go to hell? Yeah, it's dangerous. You should not do like this." Okay, then I'll not do. So you have to give him as he takes it.
Okay.
So we have adapted this. There is no option.
Okay.
Because otherwise you can't address this
So you
generation.
mean to say, as you said, the backbone remains the same, but the skin changes. So you mean to say the essence of your spirituality, the philosophy you are still delivering is the
Yeah,
same,
same.
but you are just, the packaging is different.
Packaging is different.
That's really amazing. Well, that gets us to the end of this amazing session today. I'm really inspired myself meeting you. How a person in his life can actually become an example of giving more to the people and keeping less for himself, and how one person inspired by this small idea can bring on change to society, bring on change to youth, and actually make a positive change in the society. Well, with that, we'll end today's talk show. We'll meet next time with some more amazing personality in our studio. Till then, take care, be happy, and goodbye. Thank you so much for coming in our studio.
Thank you.